And from picking out a pumpkin to sipping apple cider, there are plenty of fall traditions.
And we love them all, don't we? Right? Yeah. But I did stumble upon something you may never have heard about. Christina Hernandez with Kidding Around Greenville shows us the shadow of the bear.
You know, it is fall and there's so much going on that is fun to do when it comes to leaf peeping and things that only happen this time of the year. But something you may not know about, Kidding Around Greenville knows about, and they have published this really cool story about a bear shadow that you can witness only at this time of the year. Christina Hernandez is with us, as you can see on the screen. So, Christina, how did you hear about this? And tell us all about it. I have some pictures to show.
Sure. You know, I can't even remember how I heard about it. I'm always looking for like cool things to do. And I love that area, the Cashiers Highlands area in North Carolina. It's about 90 minutes from us in Greenville, maybe a little more. And, you know, I saw that this phenomenon happens, the shadow of the bear. It's actually a shadow off of Whiteside Mountain, which you can see on the right. And you can hike that, although you won't be able to see the shadow. And so this is taken actually from an overlook on Highway 64. It's between Cashiers and Highlands. It's like kind of like an overlook. It's more like a glorified part of like shoulder of the road, but it's really cool. And it only happens this time of year from like mid-October to very early November. And then again in February for just a few weeks.
And you were saying, I'm going to take this picture here of the crowd that shows up. There isn't a lot of room. So if you are going to consider doing this, you have to go early. Is that right?
Yes, so it starts about 5:30 and it takes a good like 30 minutes or so for the full shadow to come out. And so, yeah, that was taken last night. And this is a weekday, by the way. I've heard it's a lot crazier on weekends. And if you have little kids, you can see that white line, that shoulder, like you need to hang on to them.
And so when it comes to the views, I mean, how were I guess you were there last weekend, right? How were the leaves at this point?
Oh man, it was just gorgeous. I mean, this is about, I want to say it's just under 4,000 feet, this overlook. So that's probably a little bit lower out there. So the leaves, you can tell some of them are already gone, but I mean, that view is just incredible out there. And 64, this is very, very close to, if you're not familiar with it, it's Bridal Veil Falls, which is a waterfall that you can walk under. And it's just a few miles up the road, west, if my direction's correct. And then Dry Falls is right like a mile past that. So you could easily make it a day trip up here.
And yeah, sounds like it, right? It could just be a full day family affair, closing out with the shadow of the bear.
Yeah, it's perfect. It's gorgeous. You know, we live in such a beautiful part of the country and it's an adventure, you know, for the kids. With my kids, yeah, they thought they were actually seeing a bear no matter how many times I explained we're seeing a shadow. They're like,
bear.
Yeah, where's this bear? It was exciting, yeah.
Family memories, there's nothing like them. Kidding Around Greenville, always keeping us in the know. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Amy.
My favorite part of Christina's interview is when she's saying the kids really thought it was a bear. I mean, they'll talk about that for years to come.
That sounds about right. That sounds about right with the kids, yeah.
Well, we understand this really is the best mid-October through early November. There's apparently a period of time in February, a couple of weeks then when you can see it too. The bear emerges about 5:30 in the evening in that valley next to Whiteside Mountain. Takes about 30 minutes to fully emerge. And the shadow, again, will be back in February. So
that is cool.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, you know, you live in here, you know, you think you know everything or you've heard about everything to do. That's one I had not heard about to do. Very cool.
I haven't heard it before either.
Coming up on Carolina's Family at 4, Halloween in the